don't think you know anything about Harry Styles. Our communities.
I'm gonna talk about it again, so I tell y'all, I told y'all so.
Our culture.
I am a Sam Smith. I will be Sam's representative.
Our story.
It's also not a requirement for you to agree. Our opinions.
This is the Culture Report.
All right, welcome to this week's episode of the Culture Report. We're so happy to be back. We took a little break. We were gone for a week, and while we were away, of course,
A lot happened.
Y'all decided to act up.
It never stops, Jamal.
Y'all couldn't behave. It never stops. But while I was away, I did have the chance to go to Birmingham, Alabama for the National Association of Black Journalists Conference. It was really cool to network and meet so many different people, and it was a good time. It was a good week.
And you heard some cool news about the Culture Report, right?
Yes, people do watch, people do enjoy, people are plugged into the culture, which we appreciate. We love to hear it.
Love that.
And no, I was not in the Alabama boat brawl, don't ask me, but we will be talking about it today. We have a lot to get into, so I'll just toss it over to you.
All right,
Go.
so our top conversation today is how you can help the victims of the deadly wildfires in Maui. And just some background for those who don't know, a fast-moving wildfire on Hawaii's island of Maui has destroyed the town of Lahaina. The fire has killed over 100 people, and officials say the toll is expected to rise. Multiple fires are still burning on the island as of Tuesday. The American Red Cross is taking donations to help the survivors. If you'd like to help, you can call the number on your screen or text the word Hawaii to 90999. You can also visit the Red Cross's website to donate at redcross.org. Other ways you can help is by visiting the websites for the Hawaii Community Foundation, Maui United Way, and Maui Food Bank.
All right, and there is no way we could let another week go by without talking about our girl Lizzo. So some allegations are coming out about how she really is behind the scenes and is really bringing the fat phobia out of her critics. So 3 of Lizzo's backup dancers are suing her. This lawsuit accuses her of pointing out a dancer's weight gain and later berating, then firing that dancer who said that she had a health condition. One of Lizzo's former dancers says the singer is much different behind the scenes than how she appears to fans. One dancer also alleges that she was encouraged to take turns touching nude performers while out at a club in Amsterdam's red light district, despite having expressed numerous times that she had no desire to do so.
Oh my gosh, I remember when this first came out, I was like, Jamal, do you see this? And he was like, I think I know one of these people.
I did. I went to college with one of the girls, Crystal. I mean, we weren't friends, like we just spoke in passing, and she was so sweet. She was such a nice person, so I can't really see her lying. And I'm not doubting that these things happen. I feel like they happened, but I don't think with like the intent like people are thinking. Like the whole red light district thing and the thing with the banana and the dancers, and I think maybe like Lizzo was like, oh, I'm having a good time, a fun time with my dancers, this is fun for everybody, and then some of her dancers are like, oh, well,
You think you're letting loose.
that's why you can't really, it's that balance of power. You can't
Exactly.
party with your boss like that.
No.
It's like, because she might think they're having fun, other people are uncomfortable and they don't want to do it, but at the same time they don't want to say they don't want to do it because they don't want to like disappoint their boss, so then they feel pressured. And
Yeah, it's a fine line. And then I think what bugged me about it is like how it opened the door for all these insults towards her. Like, I get it. People need to be held accountable.
Absolutely.
They do. I mean, remember Ellen, her show got canceled. Even Johnny Depp, we all jumped on the bandwagon initially. You know, gladly we found out that, you know, he was maybe not, you know, guilty of everything that he was being accused of, but that's why I say sometimes it's good not to meet your heroes because you could be disappointed.
It was really disappointing though, like the body shaming that when I saw
the body, I know.
I'm like, Lizzo, this is what you're all about. So if this is true, it's going to be very disappointing.
But even if, I was like, you don't fight that by body shaming Lizzo now. Like, people are just waiting. I've been seeing comments, they're like, oh, I've been waiting on this day. And they're like,
I know.
They're just being
really bad.
vicious to her and being so fat phobic. And I'm like, yeah, she could have done all those things. That does not give you license to be fat phobic. Like, no, we don't do that. I was like, you talk about her actions, don't talk about her appearance. Because there are people that look just like her that are catching strays. I'd be like, what?
No, I definitely want to follow this, you know, when she goes to court and, I'm hoping and rooting that she's not doing that. But I want to believe also the victims and give them the chance to say if something was wrong, hold her accountable.
Yeah, like just at least give them a chance to, review the case and all this good stuff. So Lizzo posted to her Instagram saying, in part, my work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behaviors on tour were inappropriate and unprofessional. So Lizzo didn't apologize, and neither did Neo. The singer is facing intense backlash on social media after making what some are calling transphobic comments. Take a listen.
If your little boy comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl, and you just let him rock with that,
Right.
He's 5.
Right. And where did he get that
If
from?
you let this 5-year-old boy decide to eat candy all day, he's going to do that.
Exactly.
Like, when did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves?
Right.
When did that happen?
Right.
Like, I don't understand that.
So after the clip spread around, an apology was quickly posted to Neo's social media saying that he understands how his words could be seen as insensitive and insisted that he's always been an advocate for love and inclusivity in the LGBTQIA+ community, but it was quickly deleted just as fast as it was posted. So Neo says that it was released by his team and doubled down on his hot take.
First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. If my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel. I have no beef with the LGBTQIA+ community whatsoever. I ain't got no beef with y'all. Do whatever the hell it is you want to do. Do what you want to do with your kids. However, somebody asked my opinion on this matter, and this is how I feel. I will never be okay with allowing a child to make a decision that detrimental to their life.
Detrimental.
This is a very layered situation because with the apologies, I'm glad he actually spoke out because when I saw the apologies, I was like, you said what you said. Yeah, and I don't even completely disagree with what he's saying. I think that his opinion is based in misinformation and uneducation, but if that's your opinion, you don't feel the need to apologize, especially if it's not genuine, but I'm glad he cleared it up and said it was his team.
I just don't get it. Like, where is it then safe for your kid to come and say that? Clearly, we already have schools. You're not allowed to say a lot of these things. They have to, let parents know now. All these anti-LGBTQ bills going through. And then you go to your parent and say, hey, I feel different. So
I think, and the crux of that argument was when they were discussing it during the interview, they were saying how can you mutilate your kids? And she was talking about how they were chopping off genitalia and 5 and 6-year-olds, 12-year-olds. They're not doing that.
It's all these people that are just talking and don't know
They're
anything.
uneducated. It's you're basing this opinion over something you don't know. That educate yourself on the matter before
educate yourself before you have an opinion.
He's heard things people saying similar things that are uneducated on the matter. They don't do that. No one's having surgery under the age of 17, 18. No one's doing that. That's not happening. Your kids are safe. And I do think kids should have a safe space to at least say, hey, I feel this way. And even if you don't want them to transition, you can at least say, hey, I hear you. If there's pronoun, maybe you can just, okay, you know what, I will acknowledge you by your pronouns. Because he said in the interview, he was like, I don't care who you are. You can be a goldfish or whatever, but I'm not going to contribute to that. But then in the same breath said that he still supported the LGBT community and has no beef with them. I was like, no, you don't. That is not allyship. I was like, that's just not allyship. I was like, you can't say oh, you can be whatever you want to be. I support you. And then also go around and misgender people and saying well, I'm not going to call you that. Stop dehumanizing. They don't want to be goldfish. They don't want to be a monster truck. They don't want to be an apple. They're human beings, and they're just asking that you respect their pronouns. Stop dehumanizing people. Stop saying stuff like, God, you can be a goldfish. I don't want to be a goldfish. I want to be a human being, and I want to be treated
and
as
educate
such.
yourself. Just like you said, it's so important because this is why we also run into so many mental health issues with these young people. They need to be able to go somewhere where it's safe.
Yeah. So celebrity apologies have been quite the trend. Jamie Foxx recently had to apologize for a cryptic post that was received as anti-Semitic. So it said, they killed this guy named Jesus. What do you think they'll do to you? hashtag fake friends, hashtag fake love. So he quickly cleared things up, explaining that someone close to him betrayed him and that the post was solely about fake friends. So he said it had nothing to do with the Jewish community, and he apologized for his choice of words. And I mean, I know like some advocates from the Jewish community were coming out and being like, hey, I mean, even if that wasn't your intent, like that's how it can be perceived, and that can also like perpetuate negative, you know, like hate towards the Jewish
I
community.
just didn't see anything, but I obviously don't know, but I didn't see anything wrong with what he originally posted.
Neither did I. Do think
I mean, and there's hashtags that clearly are stating what he's referring to. Fake people, fake friends. He clearly has some beef with somebody, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But it's not, you know, I don't know where we became so sensitive, where it's like just looking for things that people
Looking
say to just like, oh, I'm going to cancel this guy. I'm going to cancel her.
Because if I were just to scroll and see that post, I'd be like, oh, okay, whatever.
I don't know
He's mad
if
at
it's a southern
someone.
thing. That's said all the time. I don't know if it's a southern thing or what. Like in Texas, like they would say that all the time. They're like, oh, they killed Jesus or they betrayed Jesus. You think you know what did you think they're gonna do to you?
Yeah.
So it's like I hear that all the time. That's such a common like little saying that I didn't think anything of it. And I don't think most people thought anything of it. But I was like, they could have at least questioned, like, hey, what you mean by this? Before
Yeah.
they just went out around and said, Kanye 2.0. No, come on. I don't think that was cool. But I'm glad. And Jennifer Aniston hopping in.
I saw that one. People
Girl.
are very mad at her too.
Girl, but it's fine. She
Yeah.
was just defending herself. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, I guess we could all be mindful of the words we choose, but
Yeah, that's the thing. We need to be so
fine.
careful now, especially like we said in this, you know, culture right
But then
now.
it's like, could you say anything at this point?
you can't. And they do say they say we're like really hypersensitive, which I mean, to a certain extent, yes. I mean, I think that some things, especially when they're intentional, need to be called out, and I think that's important. But like, we can't.
Well, there was a politician a while ago, if you guys recall, who made some lewd comments about, you know, groping women or grabbing women because of their celebrity status, and he still became president. I mean, where was the outrage there?
No.
Right? I mean, everybody then like dismissed it and was like, oh, it's locker room talk.
Yeah.
So I know
That sounds vaguely familiar.
and they're different things, but still, like we have
Yeah.
to, you know, really hold people accountable
Yeah.
if they really mean to say
they
things
do.
like that. But I just watching Jamie Foxx, that's not what I gathered from
Even
that.
with Neo, I don't even think Neo deserves the backlash. If he does, it's just for being uneducated and speaking on something he doesn't know anything about. But I think he is fully valid in having his own opinion, and
Like we
good
are.
for you.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Yep. All right, so before we start our next story, I want to warn you that the video you're about to see is violent and may be hard to watch. So police in Alabama said this incident you see on your screen started after a dispute over a pontoon boat blocking a large riverboat's place to dock. Things quickly escalated and racial slurs were thrown as well as fists. Some people on the internet said the fight was racially motivated, but law enforcement said the brawl doesn't meet the criteria for a hate crime. 5 people have been arrested in connection to the incident. And a 17-year-old boy has been charged in the murder of a New York dancer. O'Shea Sibley, a black gay man, and a group of his friends stopped at a Brooklyn gas station. And while at the gas station, the group was voguing to Beyonce when a group of teenagers began shouting anti-gay slurs. Police said things escalated and one of the teens stabbed Sibley in the chest. He later died at the hospital. The teen was later arrested and charged with a hate crime. This one is so awful.
It's so hard to watch that video, guys. I watched that, and I mean,
But
you know, if it would have been the other way around, I don't know that as of right now it wouldn't be a hate crime. I know there's criteria that the FBI has to follow in order for it to be
This is for the
classified as a
Alabama-
The boat-
the boat one,
brawl?
that brawl first. Both of them are really hard to watch, but that first one, I just, you know, couldn't imagine had that been the other way around, that we'd be like still waiting for those charges to be like a hate crime. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I found myself curious about that too, like what it would be like if the roles were flipped and
We're a white man and all the black men attacking.
if it were, but it wasn't. It was just a man doing his job. I really think it was insane. I did see that the white man, who had the boat, did throw the first punch.
He did.
So, do you think that everyone joining in do you think they were in the wrong, or do you think they were?
I mean, there's a whole bunch of people ganging up on one person. So I mean, people were just jumping in to help the guy, I felt like.
So you think it was a try that in a small town interview?
I mean, that's what the people on the internet are saying.
I don't think
that's what TikTok's saying.
I don't think violence should ever be the option.
I
you know?
agree.
But
No.
this, I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's karma or not, if that's what it was, but I mean, this poor man was getting beat. I mean, I'm glad people helped him, but yeah, it's definitely one of those things where I do think more charges need to be pressed on that.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the Brooklyn gas station.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Stabbing. Let's go there. Like, it's so sad to see that. Like, this 17-year-old boy was shouting
Yeah.
gay slurs towards him. He's 17 years old. Why is this happening? I mean, it's obviously because of what's going on in the world.
That's why like when I hear all the rhetoric and see what's going on in the media and all this like negativity towards the queer community, it makes me nervous because things like this happen. This is especially close to home because I can't count how many times I was in these streets voting to Beyonce.
Exactly.
And like the fact that someone could just go up to you and kill you just because like, oh, like I don't like that, or they want like they're homophobic, or they're so insecure within themselves. I don't know, or they're just that hateful. And I feel like all this stuff we're seeing in the media right now really just kind of, I don't know. They feel like they have the country backing them. They feel like they have a.
Well, you've seen parents, they're outside of schools getting into fights over the whole, Pride Month. Remember that at the school in LA? With,
Yeah.
as a kid, seeing your parent behaving that way. I mean, what example does that set for you?
Yeah, it's
awful.
very scary, and I hope that some youth will do what I kind of had to do and just make a decision for yourself. Take a step back and be like, okay, is this right? I'm going to form my own opinion. I'm not going to listen to my family or my parents or wherever I was raised. So that's all you can hope for.
All right. Beyonce was right when she said, girls run the world. This summer was the summer for us girls. This summer, women from all over the world showed up to their local movie theaters for Barbie. Since the movie has been out, it has made over $1 billion. This is the highest grossing female director film of all time. And we can't talk about summer without talking about Taylor Swift. Taylor sold out multiple shows across the US and people still wanted more. People from all over the world showed up to the Eras Tour in style. The Federal Reserve said the tour generated $5 billion in economic activity. And Taylor isn't the only one boosting the economy this summer. Beyonce's Renaissance Tour has brought in millions of dollars for both the US and even Europe. And for those wondering how these tours are helping the economy, let me explain. Obviously, fans are spending hundreds on concert tickets, but they're also spending money to travel to these shows, the hotels, the restaurants, and their outfits. So,
Very high girl summer energy.
it was a fun summer.
I mean, girl, I was tagging right along with my girls then because I'm going
I
to
know,
Renaissance.
exactly.
I went to Eras.
You
and
saw
I
Barbie like 10 times?
I saw Barbie 3 times. So,
But even if you're not even like a fan of, Taylor Swift, or if you haven't gone to see the movie, I mean, you're getting sucked in. I love that.
Oh,
I just
absolutely.
love
It's
that.
such a fun summer. I did all of it.
I love women. I love, and like, it's the fact that like women are in charge too. It's like women are spending the dollars, and also like Taylor Swift is her own boss. Beyonce's her own boss, and like Barbie, like Margot Robbie and Greta like really ate that up.
Really,
And
it's so good.
Culture
This
icons.
summer.
I saw an article in NPR that said on average people are spending $1,300 to go to these shows.
Girl,
I don't even want to tell you how much I've spent. I am broke.
They're traveling like all over to go see them. I love that.
we're just humble journalists.
Because I traveled for Beyonce and Taylor.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, she's traveling. She's globetrotting.
Time to travel.
Can't relate.
Oh my gosh.
Can't relate. Oh, I am going to Houston though. Just you wait. I will be giving you, trust and believe, a review of the Renaissance World Tour. I will be there in Houston, Texas, and the following week I will let you guys know what I think.
I love that we're being like part of, this piece of history, because
Yeah,
I don't know
so
that it's going to
historic.
be easy to repeat. I mean, and it's all women. That's why
I know, that's what I love. I don't see any men doing what the women are doing.
Yeah, we need to step it up, but it's okay. I'm enjoying the rest.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and hop into our good news of the week. And women continue to dominate. Last week, MTV announced its nominations for its 2023 MTV Music Awards, and one category in particular stood out. The nominees for the Artist of the Year category were all women. This is the first time this has happened since the VMAs introduced the category back in 2017. Nominees include Beyonce, Doja Cat, Karol G, Nicki Minaj, Shakira, and Taylor Swift.
Absolutely. And while we were away, star of the screen and stage, Wayne Brady came out as pansexual. So he did it in a way only he could. He had a wig, costume change, and Celine Dion, and friends and family were featured in the homemade video. And I want to say the good news here is not that he is pansexual. It's just that, he was comfortable enough. He had the support system around him, to where he felt comfortable enough to come out. So that just really made me so happy, and it warmed my heart when I saw it, and I really wanted to cry.
Something that made me really happy this weekend is social influencer Wendy Guevara actually became the first trans woman to win in a reality show in Mexico. That was amazing.
Groundbreaking, yeah.
People already loved her, and I have never been into reality shows, but she pulled me in. She is hilarious. So congratulations to her.
Absolutely. She's into reality shows now.
I was only into that one.
Thank you.
We need to
Pull Lauren
introduce-
over to the dark side.
Come on,
Join
Laura.
us.
I know, but that's great news. So yeah.
I love that so much.
Love it.
All right, thank y'all for joining this week's Culture Report. We'll be back to continue the conversation next Thursday right here on 9 News Plus and 9news.com.